It's Yoni on the
Good evening, kings and queens. This video is more so generally directed towards the queens, but everybody is welcome on this channel. We are not biased, you know what I'm saying? So excuse my Palo Santo floating all over the place. You might also see a little smoke in the background because I have an incense burning. I wanted to really set the vibe because today's video is going to give us a lot of release, ladies. We are going to be at peace knowing that we don't have any issues in the pH, vaginal region. So this video is going to basically be more external than internal. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I have been getting so many inquiries about ways to balance out your pH. And I wasn't gonna come on here until I was like all put together or whatever, had my hair done and had my brows done. But I'm giving you real, okay? I'm giving you real life, average struggle day. I'm giving you day-to-day work vibes. I'm giving you sacrifice. This is sacrifice so that y'all can make sure y'all on point, because I don't want to prolong it anymore. I feel like so many people have been waiting, and I literally had like 350 people asking me. I'm sorry, I don't really know where the camera hole is, but I've literally had like 300 plus people asking me to do this video on Twitter, on Instagram, and via text message. So that being said, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna be one of those videos that prolong the bigger picture. I kind of want to make sure that I give you guys some clarity and understanding on how this goes. It's actually like a few steps to keep your pH balanced and keep your yoni healthy, but I'm gonna just go ahead and give you guys the simplest instructions for one thing, and then moving forward I will have a segment of videos. It might be like 2 or it may be 3. So it all depends on how I decide to do it, but one is going to be internal, this one is going to be more so external and just additional tips or whatever. So the first tip to keeping a healthy pH is drinking lots and lots of water. If you notice that your pH is balanced or off balance, then you want to make sure that you're not drinking a bunch of alcohol, you're not drinking a bunch of sugary drinks, you're drinking water, because there's nothing more pure than water as far as flushing toxins out of your body. There is an herbal recipe that I'll drop to, but that's gonna be like in the next segment of the video. Again, this one is more so external. However, water is the key to cleansing any illness and ailment, your diet, and drinking lots and lots of water. I see a lot of girls who are told that they need to drink certain teas to get rid of any UTIs or anything. The tips I'm going to give you today, y'all gonna thank me, is going to get rid of urinary tract infections, also known as bladder infections or UTIs. It's going to get rid of BV, which is bacterial vaginosis. And then also it's going to get rid of yeast infections within 24 hours or less on average. Depending on how bad it is, it could also take almost a week, but not really. So y'all, I'll tell y'all more. Hold on, I'm getting there. Okay, so lots of water was step 1. Step 2 is just watching what you eat, making sure you're not eating a whole bunch of fatty foods. Actually, I said I'm gonna leave the food out until next video. So we're just gonna stick to water. You can drink raw cranberry juice. Raw. I say raw because so many people think that they should drink any kind of cranberry juice, and a lot of it is from concentrate. A lot of it is filled with sugar, and sugar feeds yeast and feeds infection. So you don't want to add sugar. You want to reduce sugar, and you want to only drink water not raw cranberry juice. Even with the raw cranberry juice, you want to dilute it with water and just drink that all day. Drink it all day long. There's no pure substance, okay? The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is a detox bath. And a lot of people do not know about detox baths, and I've literally never seen a YouTube video talking about detox baths and what it does for the pH. It's literally like magic, okay? So it's just how it sounds. It's just taking a bath, okay? But rather than taking a regular bath and adding bubbles and adding soaps and all that other stuff, you're going to be adding a few ingredients that I have right here. Before I talk to you more in depth about detox baths, I want to give you a few tips because this can throw you back off whether you're taking the detox bath or not. The first tip is make sure that you are not using any harsh or heavy soaps down there. Okay, so you want to definitely wash the surface around the yoni, but you don't want to get in there with anything. No soaps at all. If anything, you want to just use water. That's what I recommend, and that's what I suggest. I would take my suggestions if I was y'all based on reviews, but that's up to you, honey. Do you, okay? Also, on top of that, make sure that you are wearing cotton underwear. Cotton underwear are so important. Try not to wear a whole bunch of lace or any of those other fancy materials, silk, because that actually holds and absorbs moisture, which also builds more bacteria. So you might have heard about that tip. Some people haven't, and that's the only reason I'm mentioning it right now is because I know there are people out here who literally have never heard of it, and so whatever. Try to stay away from underwear that are not cotton. And also, on top of non-cotton underwear, you also want to make sure that any underwear that you are wearing does not have heavy dyes. So you can wear white underwear, you can wear any light color underwear, you can even sometimes wear black if you wash it a few times and get some of the dye out. I would probably stay away from the heavy colors like black, but it's up to you. Whatever you have in your drawer. I don't buy your undies, so I don't know, but try to stay away from heavy dyes in underwear because that causes bacteria buildup and can throw off your pH. Also, you don't want to wear a whole bunch of thongs and stuff that's inside of the vagina. If anything, you want to wear something that's around the surface. And then also cotton. Cotton is key. So just remember that. Cotton key. Okay. Next case. So I talked about underwear. Oh, if you are going to use a vaginal wash, I do not recommend Vagisil. I do not recommend Summer's Eve. I recommend an all-natural one. There's a company called Honeybee. I want to say it's Honeybee. I'm going to try to insert the picture like somewhere in here or somewhere in here, depending on how editing goes. I'm new to this. I'm true to this, but I'm also new to this. So it depends on how, it depends on what happens, but I'm going to try to insert that. If not, it'll be in a link downstairs. Okay. So, now that we got all the groundwork covered, okay, keeping her clean, you know what I'm saying? If you have an infection, you definitely want to wash twice a day at least. You want to make sure that you keeping that clean. Don't use no extra wipes. Don't use no perfumes. Don't use no scented toilet paper. Yes, scented toilet paper is a thing, by the way. I bought some on accident once. You don't want to use scented toilet paper. You don't want to use scented menstrual products. You want to literally try to just not put anything in that region and allow yourself to gut out. A lot of women, their pHs are thrown off around the times of their cycle. So if you know that your pH is going to be thrown off around the time of your cycle, whether it be before or after, if it's before, you can always take a bath. But sometimes you might want to just let it, carry on because you can't really do nothing until it's over anyways. But you can always do it before regardless. And then if you have a throw off after your menstrual, then you definitely want to I always forget what I'm saying mid-sentence, but if your pH is thrown off after your menstrual, then you want to take this like right after your menstrual. This will also get you ready to be sexually active if you are sexually active. Another thing, while we on the topic of being sexually active, if he is in you know what I'm saying? Make sure that he's not, but unless you're trying to get pregnant or something, if you are, then definitely try to take one of these after you do it. It doesn't have to be like same day. You know what I'm saying? You could give it a rest. Give her a rest. You know what I'm saying? But the next day, make sure so you don't fall off, that you balance yourself back out in advance before you feel like that little tingling feeling. You know what I'm saying? You know what the tingling feeling is. Don't play. Also, same for bladder infections. Any type of, semen, even just bacteria from your partner that can throw you off. Another thing, don't have multiple partners if you can help it. You can't help it. If you have multiple partners, you know, and they're sleeping with other people, they can pick up on that person's bacteria and insert it directly into you. So I recommend having one partner. You know, that's my steez. Do you? You know, this is just about balancing your pH. But I'm telling you, for health reasons and other reasons, you don't want to have multiple partners. It's just not the healthiest thing to do. And if you do, you have to be safe. Use protection, even though condoms smell like tires, you know. Yeah. Lastly, I know I keep saying like this is the last thing, but it's so many things that play a factor in your pH, and that's so frustrating. And this is why a lot of girls struggle, because everybody has a different case. But you might want to change your birth control. What kind of birth control are you using? How long have you been using it? How long have you been catching infections? Especially if it's reoccurring infections, you definitely don't want to, stay on a birth control that's constantly throwing your pH balance off. You don't want to do that. You want to flush yourself out. I have an herb formula too that flushes your bloodstream to get any birth control out of your system, because if you go to your doctor, they're going to tell you that you have to wait for it to flush to your bloodstream, and that's fucking annoying, and it could take months to years. So, excuse me, you don't want to do that, but be cautious of whatever birth control you're on. I know the pill throws a lot of people off. Like, a lot of females that I talk to, they're on the pill and they're always having pH issues. I had the rod in my arm and I never had pH issues, but I've had the NuvaRing and I've had pH issues, and I've had the pill and I've had pH issues, and I'm basically like a hamster. Like, I'm true to this. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the detox bath. The video is already like 11 minutes long or something like that, so I don't want to hold y'all too long. If you stuck through all of this, you know, you a real one. If not, you know, you a real one too, just for making it to this end part. I'm sorry, my phone was like, hey, I'm about to die. So we really got to wrap this up. So anyways, the detox bath that you're going to take. First, you're going to clean out your bathtub. When I say clean it out, I mean sterilize it. I personally use bleach, water, and like all natural soap. I know the all natural soap is no purpose because I'm using bleach, but that's what makes me feel good. I grew up on bleach, so that's what I use. Don't judge me. Whatever you use to sterilize your bathtub, sterilize it. Make sure that you rinse all of it out though before you take your bath. So you want to rinse all of it out, and then you want to let it dry. So that if any excess bacteria or something is in there, not bacteria, but any excess chemicals, you know, the air can get rid of it or whatever. So I don't know how to explain it, but it works. So let your bathtub completely dry out. You're gonna fill it with warm water. You might like hot baths, that's fine too, but you want to make sure it's at least warm to your body heat. In said water, I use a cup of Dr. Teal's Epsom salt. And with Epsom salt, you definitely want to use one that has no scent. So if it says like lavender, vanilla, whatever, don't buy that one. And if you have that one, don't use this while your pH is off. That could also be the reason why your pH is off. Don't use anything that's fragrant when it comes to your yoni, okay? So you want to use a cup of this, or did I say half a cup? I use about a cup, so I'm gonna just say a cup, okay? Then you're going to use a cup of ACV. ACV is apple cider vinegar. I use Bragg's. You can use any apple cider vinegar that you want as long as it has the mother in it. It should say like with the mother. If it does not say with the mother, we do not use it. Not for our yoni, okay? We can use it to season some chicken, but we're not using that for the vagina, okay? So that being said, a cup of this, and you want to add that to your warm water bathtub concoction, okay? Then you want to take baking soda. Baking soda, I got baking soda. You know what I'm saying? So baking soda also helps. I don't even know like the specific details on how the chemicals combined help, but I know that it works, and this is going to get rid of your infection within 24 hours, boo, okay? And I've actually done it myself, and I've had a lot of friends and a lot of followers try this, so definitely try it. So you want to take half a cup of baking soda, 1 full cup of apple cider vinegar, 1 full cup of Epsom salt, that's scentless, baking soda scentless too, just in case they make some. And the only scent you're gonna put into your bath is lavender oil. And I use like raw organic lavender oil. I finally have a reason to do this, y'all. Hold on. And it don't fucking work. Great. Okay. She don't wanna cooperate. Whatever. It's organic lavender oil. And I love the smell of lavender oil. It smells absolutely amazing. I just take a few drops, bloop, 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 and I keep it pushing. This also helps with aromatherapy. Lavender has a ton of great benefits. If you don't know what they are, look it up. My video is already too long, so I'm not getting into all of that. But yeah, so I'll just mix those 4 ingredients in my bath water. I sit for 20 plus minutes, and then I relax. I light my candle. I light my incense. I keep my healing crystals. And I meditate. And you can also play some chakra healing, sacral chakra healing meditation music. You can find it anywhere on YouTube or anywhere else, maybe iMusic or something like that, Apple Music. But that's just what I do. You don't have to use healing crystals. You don't have to have candles. You don't have to be fancy with it. You don't even have to play healing music. But the sacral chakra is where your sexual energy is harvested from, and also your sexual energy and your creative energy. So that's a great place to meditate from. As far as healing crystals go that I would suggest, I would say the fire agate. Agate is really good for the sacral chakra, and it does enhance your sexuality, like your sexualness is enhanced. So you definitely want to check that one out if you haven't, you know what I'm saying. Hey mom. Anyways, so you want to check that one out. And then also another one that's really good is jade. That's actually good for urinary tract infections. Again, I want y'all to just look this stuff up. I can drop some links down below. I don't mind, so it'd make it easier for your research purposes. But that's it for the detox bath. You sit for 20 minutes and then you shower off. And you just make sure you rinse real good after you shower off. You make sure you're completely dry when you get out of the shower. And that's it. Make sure you got on your cotton undies and you good to go. The next day, you will literally notice, the same day, you'll notice that you don't have any symptoms anymore. And if you do, that means that you probably let your infection go too long. So you want to do it, again, you want to repeat the process, not the following day, but the day after. So after 48 to 72 hours, you want to try it again. If you want to just naturally keep your pH balanced, just in case, I recommend doing a detox bath once a week or once every 2 weeks, or even once every 3 weeks, and then skipping the week of your menstrual. If you don't have a menstrual, you might want to do it a little more often, because typically, you know, if you are not having a menstrual, your pH might be thrown off more often, because that's how the Yoni cleanses itself. So those are just my tips. Please let me know if you have any questions, any concerns. My social media will be linked down below. You can always DM me. I always reply to DMs unless it's somebody creepy. But for the most part, I always reply to DMs. Feel free to reach out, ask any questions that you might have, any concerns. I had a lot of DMs coming in like, okay, so how do I go about this? And, you know, whatever. I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to help. This whole video and the purpose of it was just to help, because I know so many women have issues with their pH, and some people literally never figure it out. And I just hope that these tips are good for you guys and that you gain what you need to out of this video. So I'm out of here. Peace out. And again, much love. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Bye.